Hello everyone, my name is Ark and welcome back to another Marvel Legends figure review. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the one and only, the Spider-Man Unlimited from Unlimited Spider-Man. This is a very controversial figure from a somewhat controversial line that just released. I was able to find this at Target, surprisingly. I was very surprised that he was already out on shelves. So it makes sense. It seems that last week was a very interesting one, to say the least, when it comes to the release of Marvel Legends. So without further ado, let me take this guy out because I'm very excited about this particular version. I actually really like the suit, and there might be a modding video or a custom video very soon. So let's take him out and see how he looks. Alright, so here we have the Unlimited Spider-Man, and I gotta say, he looks fan-freaking-tastic. Although, there are a couple of complaints that I have about him. Mostly because this is surprisingly, my second Spider-Man figure from Marvel Legends. So I'm quite interested as to what the differences are from the last one, which was the black symbiote suit. But in terms of aesthetic-wise, I like the cape. It's not the softest plastic, but it's malleable plastic that you won't have any issues sort of bending. There's a couple of paint transfers here and there that probably can be fixed by just some isopropyl alcohol or something like that, maybe. So it depends on what you're trying to do with this figure. Now, this, in my opinion, is the perfect figure to sort of custom paint because he is lacking every single ounce of paint from the actual show. If you've seen the show, there's a very sort of like dark-esque shadowing with it, and this guy has none of that whatsoever. So, right here at the beginning of the video, I want your guys' opinion. I have never customized any single type of figure ever, but I would love to start doing it for figures that are kind of cheap like this guy. So let me know down in the comments right now. Take a couple of seconds. Just let me know. Would you like to see a custom video for this guy? I'm already like a very artsy person, just to be fair, and I would love to just do that for figures like this that are lacking the paint job, and just to see if I can do something to save this figure. Not saying that it does look bad, I think it actually looks pretty decent, it's just it lacks a lot of shadows. And even just a wash here and there would look even better. So let me know down in the comments if you would like to see a custom video for this specific figure. Now, I'm not going to do it for every single figure that I own. That would just be insanity. You guys know how many videos there are on the channel. There's like 200 plus videos on me just reviewing figures. I'm not going to do that. So again, I would love to know. So without just kind of moving on with the video itself, articulation. He has a hinged disc that cannot really let him look down that far, but he can look up very well. He can rotate side to side. Not my favorite because you can't pivot, and pivoting is really good for Spider-Man figures, but this figure does not have it. Now, putting his arms up, you can get him to a T-pose, a little bit close to a T-pose, which is fine. You have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow that works pretty decently. And you also have hinged wrist as well. My god, no wonder people hate Hasbro. I see why there's a couple complaints. But to be frank with you, these hands are not coming off. There you go. You can take off these little spider gauntlets, so don't worry about it like breaking off or anything. They're soft plastic. They can be taken off. So again, don't be afraid of that, realistically. So they work fine. The arms work fine. He has a bicep swivel. No, not a bicep swivel. A butterfly joint that works okay. You can push the arms by bending them a little bit, but that would just bend the actual joint. The butterfly joints don't actually work that well. He can almost cross his arms, but he can get them together if you would like to do that. And they work fine. They don't break the sculpt too much. It works perfectly fine. So with the ab crunch, it's pretty good up front, going forward. Going backwards is always going to be better for some reason. And he has a waist swivel that ratchets for some reason. Splits, not the greatest splits, but he pretty much does them almost perfectly. Very well done splits. Thigh swivel, double jointed knee, if I can get it working. And we do have a calf swivel too. That's interesting. I like that. And of course, foot hinge going forward, backwards, racket side to side, or pivot side to side if you wanted to. So articulation, pretty bare bones, pretty standard. Moving on to the accessories. This is pretty much it. So we only have 2 web thwipping hands and also 2 wall crawling hands. So that's pretty much everything that you have for this Spider-Man. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't make a cut, because he doesn't have much. And that is one of my bigger issues of Marvel Legends, is that for a figure company that has been out for many, many years, they still don't include that many accessories with their figures. We could have had a Peter Parker unmasked face with this figure, but we didn't for some reason. We could have had a couple of different accessories of him going to Counter Earth or anything like that. So, but no, we just have, we don't even have any web accessories. So I'm not saying that I'm mad about this figure. I just think I'm a little bit disappointed. He looks amazing. I think he looks great. I like the very weird look. It's a very 2099 look, because apparently it was supposed to be that back in the day, but people were not excited about a Miguel O'Hara show from the looks of it. I don't remember if I'm getting my information correct. I might be getting it wrong, so apologies if I am getting it wrong. But I guess going into my final thoughts, this figure is fine. The accessories are kind of lacking, and definitely they could have added a lot more with this figure for $25. Mainly because we just had a line, which was the Secret Wars line, that was $25. Some of them went on sale on Target literally 2 weeks after they went up on the shelves, and they had a lot more accessories. They weren't the perfect accessories, but they were pretty good. So this guy, also lacking the paint with the really deep black shadows, also sucks. I wish they would have included that for this figure, so that is definitely going to bring down the points for him. So overall, I'm going to give this figure a 6 out of 10. The articulation for me is not really the greatest. Like, this Spider-Man mold, I don't really love it. I know a lot of people do, but I myself don't really like it. But I still love the look, because there's a lot of companies that just won't make this type of look anytime soon. So that's why I have it with me. If Mafex does it, this guy's getting sold. Yeah, again, would love to see a little bit more shading with this figure as well. Again, if you guys want to see that custom video, let me know down in the comments below. But besides that, that's all the time I have for you guys today. Again, I would love to know your own thoughts down in the comments, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.